I've been for 5 years. If I want to go into Birmingham city centre and enjoy the sun and enjoy the day, I will. No dickhead like that can stop me. If I come across them, well then there it is. You've got what you wanted. Let's deal with it. Don't forget, this is their problem, not mine. They came at me and I've defended myself. It's their problem. It's their hatred. And that's the way it is. Win. And as I say, lad, there's loads. It's a handful of them. It's about a dozen of them who's come at me in the last 8 years on social media. I haven't forgot any fucking one of them, and every one of them are going to go viral. I'm not purposely going... Look, I haven't even laid my hands on no one. I'm shouting at people at the moment. Don't you fucking forget this shit. I'm screaming at helmets and going viral. I haven't even put my fist on no one. What numbers is that going to make when someone sat on their ass with the jaw swinging? Trust me, lad. I haven't even touched it. I'm going to look, see the 10 years they've been targeting me, assassinating my... I'll never come across the stalker. Why? He runs away from fucking everything and anyone. I won't come across him. Why? He's a fed. He's been protected all his fucking life, Robert Thompson. Every time he goes to a next country, because he's got that serious risk to children, he gets dragged in and questioned and interrogated and then passed. Go on, you can go in. But every country he goes to, because of this big risk next to his name for kids, bang, he gets dragged into custody for a few days. Every single country. I'm never going to come across him. All these dickheads, Marvin Herberts, James English, others. It is what it is, lad. I'm dangerous with me fists. I'm dangerous with a weapon. I'm dangerous by myself. They're not. They're not. They've never moved by themselves. They've never done shit by themselves. They've never been isolated by themselves. It is what it is, lad. I'm dealing with a gang of fucking dickheads that when they're on social media, they can pump the chest up because they're on steroids and think they're fucking solid. Summer is the time that you see all these little cretins off kick, all the little posh boys that think they're criminal, start getting on steroids and think they're fucking fitness and PT experts, start encouraging your kids how to train weights. The fucking state here when you're not on steroids, you fucking helmets. Anyway, choose a life, not a knife. Love thy neighbour. Men of truth, cherish them. Liars, fuck them off. Liar, liar, your bum's on fire. That's what happens. Leave them over there to sweat. Yes, Jessica. But hello, and ignore these. They come in with the usual, oh, glass, glass, glass. Is that it? Is that all you can shout? Eh? Oh, okay. That's great, isn't it? What's the next one? Nonce, nonce. Is it? It's right. Great. Where's the evidence coming from? Oh, James English. Ooh, that's real truthful stuff, isn't it? Who else is shouting it? Robert Thompson, aka Sam Walker. Ooh, he's not a liar, is he? Ooh, he's really telling the truth, isn't he? Come on, think about it, mate. They're all fucking cretins. Look at them. Just look at the state of them, lad. What the fuck's wrong with you? That's the way I look at them, you know. They're just weird shaped cretins. Like the boys go to the gym. The boys go for runs, 5-mile runs on a regular. The boys chill. The boys have the boys round them. They're not the boys. What the fuck's wrong with them? They can't even keep... Sam Walker can't even keep scousers round them. Shitstorm them left, right and centre. Look at English. Look at the kip of him. Goes to a boxing gym where he thinks he's got a gang of mates, does his gym session and fucks off to his little dungeon where his man is. That's him. Got himself a decent beard off Instagram, flying with it, started controlling it, battering it, isolating it, and now he's on charges, trying to keep it all quiet. And this is Tommy Robinson's good mates. Get your shit in a twist, lad. They all support him in that, don't they? You've seen him on his last few protests. You know, the behind the scenes squad all in the house, all buzzing. That's the real firm, when they're all in that house, that nice affluent house, and you see them all buzzing. English is there, going out the car with his kids, family gathering and that. They're the real right-wing rats behind the scenes. And that's what James English is, just a little shithouse weasel. They're all weasels, mate. And as I say, look, going forward, I can't even be asked speaking on them, and it's a definite this time, my people. I told you. Going forward, I don't need to seek attention. I never have. I don't need to try and live off anyone else's name. I never have. I don't need to try and clickbait on anyone else's presence on social media. I never have. I've been the one that gets clickbaited. I've been the one who people speak on and shit like this. And that's what these done. Said horrendous. I've just had another restriction. Why? Because I mentioned his name. I've had everything thrown at me in the last 10 years, my people. You've heard the allegations. They're fucking horrendous. You don't hear certified people coming out with the same allegations. You've just got smackheads and rats chatting shit about me for 8 years. You've not got a serious kid from this, and I mean a serious kid. Billy Moore's not a serious kid. He's just a smackhead from Liverpool. Straight up. You haven't got a serious kid who knows me from Liverpool bad mouthing me anywhere. Why? Because they understand where I'm coming from, mate. These little low-level junkies that are fucked on the medication, they're like zombies, people. You got to understand, it's like your police force. If you're in the left and you're on the right, you've got a corridor going right fucking through yous. Who's occupying the corridor? Who's occupying the corridor? There's no one in the corridor. When you go to your protests and you've got your left wing up there and you've got your right wing up there, who's occupying the corridor? Who's occupying the corridors? When it comes to the legislation shit, they're dividing the left, dividing the right, and they're occupying the corridors. The government, the establishment, when you're in your town centres, when you're in your city centres, they've got the left on the right protesting, you've got your right on the right protesting, and in the corridor, you've got the establishment dressed as fucking policemen. What do you do to challenge the establishment? You come into the centre and face them fucking head on. You can only do that with unity. They know this. That's why they divide us as much as they fucking can. And they use rats like Yaxley to do so. Yaxley's no Christian. He doesn't represent Christ. He might represent the fucking church. And we all know what the church is about. He doesn't represent Christ. He doesn't represent the spirit, the consciousness of Christ at all. But he's using it as a way of dividing us further. Who for? The people that occupy the fucking corridors. It's as simple as that, mate, to be honest with you. I know it's not simple, it's hard to grasp. Why? Because it's coming from Darren Gee's mouth. And Darren Gee's being cancelled, and Darren Gee's character's being assassinated multiple times by the same crowd of loving fucking rats. It's what they are at the end of the fucking day. They all get paid by them. All their advertisements, them. Everything about them is them. The leader's just been in Israel with the highest fucking Netanyahu who's conducting genocidal proceedings in Palestine. He's floating around here encouraging young English kids to hate on the neighbours. He's got no interest at all. Look what they've done to that young Bob. Now young Bob, little posh boy down there, got his religious thing going on. But he weren't a threat. He weren't hating. He was just voicing his Bible, screaming about his Bible, what's wrong, what's right. Like a preacher. Tommy Robinson, all of a sudden he's a Christian now. Probably going to get shut down for saying a cunt's name. All of a sudden he's a Christian now, gets out of jail, I'm a Christian. Start aligning themselves to young kids like this fucking religious Bob, whatever his name is. 6 months later, look at Bob. He can't do what he used to do now. He can't. 6 months ago, Bob was liked. He might have had a few people hating on him for preaching his Bible, but he was liked up and down the country, regardless of the skin colour and regardless of the religion of the people. He was liked. He never aligned himself to this. He deliberately aligned himself to fucking him and made him a target. And that's what you're seeing with him now when he's going out. He's just getting targeted. Why? Because he's being seen with Tommy Robinson, nothing else, mate. Nothing else. There's loads of things. Look how many men are in jail due to his divisional tactics. Look how many men have gone out like that, passionate to fucking angry and hateful, and just went bleh, and got themselves jail. Look at Grandad Lynch. He followed that like he was a fucking god, and he was traiting him. Why? Because Grandad Lynch thought was English through and fucking through, when he hasn't been for 20 years. He's been screaming I'm English, but never was. You get fellas supporting him going to jail, not coming out to the family. Everyone looks past this shit, don't they? Wearing his fault, wearing his... Well, whose fucking fault was it? So there you go. That's what it's about, like. Just a gang of weird pissheads, all of them, mate. Everyone around that Tommy Robinson is just a fucking helmet. It's close-knit people, about 7 or 8 of them. I've just told you half the fucking names. This is the power of them. Behind them, they've got the money. They've got all the money they need to do whatever the fuck they want, to get the sponsors. They run YouTube, they're able to get their algorithm flying left, right and centre. If Robinson gets his YouTube shut down when they're not in favour of him, they open it back up for him when he's in favour, fully monetised. You've just witnessed it in the last 2 years. When he weren't on board with them, when he turned his back on them for whatever reason, he shut him down on social media, cancelled him on social media, wouldn't let him travel, wouldn't let him do this, da-da-da-da. Who did he run to? Who did he run to when they fucked him off? Straight up to the Muslim community. All of a sudden, he appreciates the protests outside the schools to do with the flag waving. All of a sudden, you see him going on Muslim podcasts as if he's a friend of Islam now. Innit? And then boom, soon as the books pay him again, soon as his YouTube channels are back up because he's back on their books, switch, right back hating Muslims again. You got Muslim kids say, I like Tommy, I like, because you're a convert. That's why you like him, lads. Real Muslims won't like him, and real converts won't like him. Prison converts, it's a whole different fucking story. Anyway, keep it real, people. So what did he do to try and sabotage me? For 8 years, they've tried to use 2 videos of young Scottish women. Now, these young Scottish women were 18 and 19 years old. And English has gone out his way to try and use these videos to say, I was talking to minors. Now, let's just think about it a second. They're 18 years of age, from Scotland, and on that night, I had loads of people deliberately coming in, chatting shit about English and co. And they all seem to be Scotland. So I've addressed them the way I address every nugget on here. When they started getting rude, I told them how the fuck it was. They've clipped it, shortened it down. 8 years ago, tried to cancel me with it, saying I'm a wrong towards minors. I carry a message called Choose a Life, Not a Knife. And it's not aimed or targeted at children, but the children picked it up. And it's a very, very powerful message, and the whole thing about Choose a Life, Not a Knife is protecting children. Now, when you've got women beaters and people that harm children proclaiming that Choose a Life, Not a Knife damages kids, you got to question it. People are trying to kill me because I'm protecting kids off your estates. Raising awareness to your young lads, don't go near these dirty, dying, drug dealing fucking scumbags, they'll ruin your life. Does that sound like someone that wants to harm children? If I was a risk to kids, do you think the system in this country would allow me to have my kids sat on my knee? Well, they probably fucking would, wouldn't they? But you understand what I'm saying? The men that are attacking me with these allegations, do you see them with the children? Why? Because they've not allowed access to them. So who's a risk to kids? Me with full access to my children, or them with absolutely no access to their kids? So it doesn't matter how they come at me. You've had this stalker, you know, Robert Thompson. You've had him using the same footage from 8 years ago off English, resurfacing it, doing lives like it. Get your previous convictions out, Robert Thompson. Prove who you are. I know who you are. Loads of people know who you are. But the people that follow you, who you've manipulated, who you've frauded, they haven't got a clue. They don't want to believe it. Get your previous convictions out, Samuel Walker. Dead easy to do. That's all I can say to you. I've spoke the truth on you. I know you're there with your helmets. I've spoke the truth on you from the get-go. You are a perverted, dirty wrong'un. And I'll never change the truth about you, because it'll come out, it'll surface. This Robert Thompson situation you're running away from, you're exposing yourself every fucking month. It's only been a matter of time before the media publish you for exactly who the fuck you are right across their papers. Not leave the question like the Daily Mail and the Guardian did 6 months ago. Is this him? It may be, it may not be. The whole reason these frontline mainstream national papers have splattered you right across the front of their paper with a question mark above your head, are you Robert Thompson? Is because they know you are, but they're trapped by these super injunctions you've had on you since you were a fucking murdering child. So they know you're Robert Thompson, but they can't scream it across the front pages. Why? Because they'll get shut down and sued by the government and everything. You're well protected, you little rat. The thing that's exposing you, every single country you go to, you've got 2 identifications. So you've got to get ragged in to make sure you are who the fuck you are every time. Doesn't matter where you go. You can go to Africa. You get pulled by authorities. They're looking at 2 IDs and dragging you into custody till that's confirmed. The only people that are able to confirm who you are is the British Embassy. Why? The British consulates are the only people that can confirm who you are. You've got your ID. Why don't they believe your ID? Why don't they believe your fucking passport? Because something's coming back on the system with Interpol. You're a fucking serious risk to kids around the world. Why? Because you've murdered a kid. I firmly believe Sam Walker is Robert Thompson. End of. I don't need to speak anymore on the little rat. Sit back and let the truth prevail. That's what I'll do with him. He can carry on clickbaiting me all he wants. It's all he's done for 8 years. He can carry on screaming horrendous allegations against me. He can try and substantiate them with content from 6 years ago where the girls are over 18. I've spoke to the girls in the last 2 years. They asked me to take my end down. The girls who they use asked me to take the content down. So I did. They still use it and damage these girls. I don't need to prove myself no more. Come with something fresh that can like make people think. All this bullshit, it's just old news. No one believes them no more. I've exposed you for what you are and you can't recover. Gang of helmets, and when I come across you like I did with Billy Moore, you're all going to get exposed, and the content and the views and the subscriptions that you've always wanted on the back of me, you're going to fucking get viral. Every one of yous. I know what I've got. I know what it's about. I don't need to go and fuck my ways up to come across yous. I just let it be and I'll come across yous. That's how life works. The more I tangle, the more I keep yous here. The sooner I just let it go, the circle comes back. You just go round and come back to me and I'll bump into you. Why? Because I'll be in Glasgow somewhere in a year or two. And when he's come away from his ego and he's fucked back on his addiction, even weaker than what he is today, he's going to bump into me somewhere. All these little rats that take steroids to get strong, they're going to get to old men age. And the substance misuse, all the drugs they're taking, the steroids they're taking, the PEDs they take, all this ego, all the damage physically, mentally, I know how this shit works, they don't. Everyone you've heard me speak on, in defence of myself, when I stop speaking on them, shit goes down with them. This next 10 years, I'm speaking on no one. I'm speaking now, the day after. That's it. I'm explaining to me new followers. I'm explaining to the new people that can still be hurt and form mad opinions by the shit they're saying about me. I've just gained pure followers here in the last few days, and I always do. And they're coming into my lives, so I'm explaining I'm a good fucking kid. You can see right through me. I'm an open fucking book. You want to form an opinion? Watch me for a few hours. That's all you got to do. Don't listen to these fucking weirdos, James Englishes and Sam Walkers and weird like that. Look at the state of them. I have done if I wanted to, but my old intention to come on here and sit here on a live, if it was to make money, I would have had 15 matches by now and probably had 90 quid in the bank. They can't live a normal life. They can't make money in a normal way. They can't make money without hurting someone or on the back of someone. So without social media for them, they're finished. There's no other way of them making money other than crime. Do you get what I'm saying to you? I can make money away from crime. I don't need crime to make money. I don't need social media to make money. I've got things about me where I can make money from. I don't need no one else to make money for myself. I can go and write a couple of books about myself and make money. They can't. No one wants to know. Do you get what I'm saying to you? They're finished. Dumb as fuck. You've only got to go and look at the skills and what the shit comes out of the mouth. You've got the stalker who's 42 years of age, and 6 months ago he's threatening women with a blade. Think about it, mate. He's threatening women with knives. They are who they are. You've got to leave them down there, haven't you? Because that's where they've always been to me, down there. They think because they've got a little car and a little bit of presence on social media, it puts them up here somewhere. It's weird. Hey, they don't give you the chance, do they? I'm happy I've just got to the 21st of June 2026 without fucking it up. Just so happened that rat appeared the day before the big end of my 10-year plan. I'm already in it. I've got now till the 25th, and then my new 10-year plan kicks in. That's why I'm just flossing here. I've got pure podcasts coming up. See what happens there? I've exposed that rat. He's been doing madness since I got out of jail. When I was on licence, he was contacting me doing madness. Half of you haven't got a clue. So when I'm on licence in St Helens, now when I've moved out of Blackburn, I'm in St Helens, the first person that's messaging me is this helmet. Now when you're fresh out of jail, my Billy Moore, when you're first out of jail, my people, I'm just doing videos in the gym. Why? Because I'm good at training. So I'm raw. I don't do all the Olympic bullshit, all these fucking lift. I just power clean and press and do it raw thing. So I'm doing my raw jail training and I'm putting videos out there. And I'm getting messages, oh, how'd you do this training? Oh, how'd you do this? Or how'd you do that? That's fucking decent, that you're an animal. And then I'd get one off Billy Moore. Your technique's all over the place, lad. You need to sort that out. Who are you? That's the first message off him. Never heard of him in my life. Who the fuck are you criticising the way I train? So I don't, I'm a bit naive here, fresh out of jail. So I think, nice one, mate. I'll sort my technique out. crack on, before you know it, he's constantly messaging me like he's some sort of above me in some sort of way, telling me how I should train, telling me all the wrongs and all the rights. And when I'm speaking about people, oh, you shouldn't be, I've just went, who the fuck are you? Who are you? Blanked. That's it, blocked. Fuck off, you little helmet. Left him in St. Helens. A few years later, boom, there he is, giving me shit with all sorts. You've been casing me for years. Why? Because he's connected to Willie Moore and Porky Moore. He used to buy his drugs off Karen Moore and Porky Moore years ago when he was a smackhead. Full-blown crack fiend, snatching handbags and robbing houses, and that's what he was. And his old dealers was the Moors, and the Moors are the people that killed Craig and tried to kill me. So while I'm in jail, he's floating with this Porky Moore and Dean Derry and all that, like the gangsters, and they're trying to get me fucking ruined the minute I get out. And that's his problem. Danny's battered him, that's another problem for him. You know, he's just a helmet liar. And as I say, he's being exposed. He got exposed, he shit himself. If I was a punter, if I was a kid riddled with addiction, he would have been screaming in my face, get round the corner then, dickhead, who do you think you are? Here's me, the first kid that's not on drugs, that's had a confrontation with him, and he shit himself. Go and look at his videos from Manchester. Look how many young lads who are fucked on addiction. He's putting it on their toes. He's using them. He's abusing them. He's buying a little shitty phone for a tenner. He's getting about fucking so much dough off it. The sponsors and all. He's just a horrible, manipulative smack rat that's found an avenue to keep his addiction going. He's got to keep his addiction going behind the scenes. Why? Because if his people knew, he wouldn't be getting his donations. He wouldn't be getting his gifts. He wouldn't be getting all this mad shit, would he? And they can't handle the fact that I speak the truth on these rats, regardless of who they're on, regardless of what they think they fucking are. You're not denying the truth. And if you come at me with your bullshit lies, I'll come back at you with the truth. Why? Because I know yous all. You're all rats. I've spoke to your birds more than yous have spoke to them in the last few years. Yous are all fuck, mate. It's just a weird, it's just a, at the end of the day, look, you might think I'm against all heroin addicts and all smackheads and all this. I'm not. But you know when you've got look, you can have a heroin addict with morals, believe it or fucking not. You can have a kid who's fucked on drugs, who's got morals, and then you've got rats who's just tapped into the money space but not corrected the morals, not had the experience to correct themselves properly. Do you get what I'm saying? Now you can elevate materialistically people. Anyone can go out and make money on the back of people. Anyone can destroy other people's careers and get money on the back of it. Anyone can assassinate someone's energy and steal the energy and get money on the back of it. Anyone can do that. What you can't do, which is fucking difficult, that's why these rats can't do it, is change your fucking ways. Change how you think. Change what you believe in. Change your perception of everything. These can't do this. Billy Moore's not done that. He's still that little fucking rat that was robbing the neighbour's house for the jewellery when he died. He hasn't changed a bit, mate. The circle of friends off screen that he's got are still the same dirty smack rats who sell drugs outside. He hasn't changed at all, mate. His best fucking mate has got one of the biggest fucking dealing rounds on Easby Estate in Stanley Road at the moment. Billy Moore was going up Kenny, getting these young addicts, getting them in the car. Gives a little story, I'll give you some dough, giving them a tenner, and the punter's saying, will you take me to score? And he's going, yeah, I've got a mate here, I'll take you to him. Taking him to his mate, so these punters now, getting in the car, getting money off him for content, he's taking them to score. This isn't lies, this isn't hating, and if you had a brave enough kid on heroin who's shit scared of this fucking rat, they'd come out and tell you it's exactly what he does with us. But they're all shit. He's like a king of the smackheads, Billy Moore, and he always has been from the get-go. You know when you've got a group of heroin addicts who have just come short of Mars died, they've ended up in a mess, they're in the little, and you've just got weak addicts who are just trying to get the drugs every day. doing their little bits of crime to get the drugs, and then you've got that'll pop up from nowhere and start bullying them. Where's yours? Give me a bit of yours. I want some of your dough. I want some. That's Billy Moore to the real addicts. That's what he was back in the day, and that's what he is now, a bullying fucking junkie. Nothing's changed about him at all, just the image that the media portray him as. Straight up, like. And you ask any decent kid off the Easby estate where he's from, where he was raised all his fucking life. I started a graft on there. He used to come to some woman's house while I was drop scoring to him. I know exactly who he is. I know exactly what he's about now. I didn't when he was first coming at me. Now I know exactly what his fucking problem is. Do you get what I'm saying to you? He's a fucking dickhead, mate. He's hid it well. And the people that can tell you the truth on him, they're all shit scared of him. Why? Because he's that big, aggressive, bullying smack rat who smokes crack. And when he's on the crack, he's like a fucking demon. You haven't seen him on his pipe, have you? You know, you're just seeing pipe Billy Moore. Why? Because he's locking off once a month, blazing his pipe till he can't get no more in him, and then recovering. You know, just bailing for a crash out. Serious, mate. So I don't really need to keep on going on about them all, do I? They're nothing to me. You know, I've got purpose here. I'm on a journey. My process in life, they're just existing, bouncing on the back of people. I've got things to do. I need to find employment. I've got to start bringing revenue in to supply my kids with what they need going forward. I can't be like these, coshed up, no marks. Look at them. I don't want to be a granddad running around fucking city centres with GoPros thinking I'm some sort of content creator. You're a fucking granddad, nearly 60 years of old, fucking threatening punters and fucking immigrants and screaming right wing shit. Go and get your head together, you fucking helmet. You're nothing like me, you're nothing about me, and you wouldn't last 10 minutes with me in any fucking ring with anyone there. You're a full... He's done. He's done, lad. I don't need to say much more about him. Look, when he's not on steroids, he's on his Valium, he's on his medication, he's on his antidepressants, he's on all these mad, fucked up things, and he... Come to the summer, he normally gets on the growth hormone, he normally gets on the fat strippers and all this shit, so you'll see him in the gym again, thinking he's hard again, and thinking he's this fighter and that. He's not a Muay Thai fighter. He might have been in a kickboxing gym and a fucking whatever in England, but he's not a Muay Thai fighter. He's just one hell of a fraud, mate. And he can't handle it. And when he's speaking to all these, I don't know. I've never had a run-in with him. I've never spoke to him. What are you lying for, you shithouse? Is that all you can say? What are you going to say? I invented all this over 8 years. Are you going to say, I invented you messaging me in St. Helens? I've got proof that you were messaging me in St. Helens. Why? Because you had women working in the same gym that was liking my content and messaging me, telling me Billy Moore's a fucking helmet. Running around the gym in St. Helens like he owned the fucking gaff. No one could stand him in there, mate. Honest to God. Serious? No one can... He goes into a gym for a short period of time. No one can handle him. He's still got them smackhead ways about him, mate. Serious? You ask people in the Rotunda, he's got a thing for young boys, and he isolates the young boys as if he's training them and as if he's getting them on the pads by themselves, but he's got this little thing going on with young boys, Billy Moore. But I'll leave that there. I don't want to speculate on that. You know, that just might be his homosexual tendencies exposing himself slowly. He might just like young boys because he's a homosexual. Do you get what I'm saying to you? Yeah, he might have a kid and a bird, but you got to look at the originals of these people, the seeds. Like, look at English. What was English before he became a podcaster and a gangster's relative? Do you know what English was? Do you understand what English was before he became what he's become? Yeah, he was a little punter in Scotland, a little smack rat in Scotland, doing frauds. Little bits of credit card frauds here and there. But he was a rent boy. Getting ploughed by rich men. That's in a nutshell, that's him. So you can't all of a sudden sit there like a gangster 20 years later when you were doing that 20 years ago. You don't change, you change your ways. But like I've just said, you never changed your morals. None of them have. So they're still the same from where they was at the beginning. I've changed my moral compass. I admit I've done some horrible things to people in that world. But I've addressed them, I've changed them, I've come away, I've got different morals, different perceptions, different ways of being. They haven't changed at all. There's nothing, they're all criminals still. They were petty criminals, so you've got petty presence, if you get what I'm saying. I weren't a petty criminal. I was a serious fucking dude. So when you come into my space, you're getting serious conversation with a serious energy. There's nothing about them really. You watch Billy Moore, he pulls his camera out and then points at people. It looks like he's just woke up in his fucking car before he got on camera as well, doesn't it? You know, where he's been gouching off his fucking meds or whatever like that in his car. And then woke up and went, oh, it's 3 o'clock. His fucking hair's over here and that, you know when people get their head down in a car and they wake up and they got this here. It's what he's like. You know, fuck, you're not like that unless you've got an addiction, mate. You're unkept and not consistent with your appearance if you fuck with drugs. It's as simple as that. When you've got that kid looking fresh for 2 weeks and then you go, wow, you had a hard weekend, haven't you? No, he's got an addiction. He's just exposed it this weekend. Normally, you can keep it under wraps. Choose a life, not a knife, my people. Keep it real. Unity is key. Love thy neighbour. Not all Catholic priests are nonce. And not all Muslim lads are nonces. Does that make it fair? Why? Because that's the stick and bone with them now, isn't it? Them type of offences. That's their weapon of conversation these days, isn't it? Far right. That's what they're going to use. Now let's look at that situation, because it's horrendous, but let's look at it properly, without any hate or division. Let's look at it from the outside world. Let's look at it from the helicopter point of view. And all I'll say to you is, who covered it up? Was it the nonces? No. Do you reckon if them nonces would have got nicked in the 80s or 85s, 90s and put into jail with that offence, what would have happened to them at that time in the system? Done. Ruined. So why weren't the police arresting them then and placing them in custody then, when they've got all the evidence then? Oh, because they didn't want to get classed as racist. Is that what they're telling us, is it? So because the establishment didn't want to get classed as racist, the establishment decided to cover horrendous things up that's happening to young white girls. Let's not forget, all girls in this fucking country, doesn't matter what religion they are or what colour skin they are, they're all getting abused by dirty, dying fucking men. It's rife in the white community, it's rife in the black community, and it's rife in the Asian community. Fuck your religion. That's how it is. So who's covered that up? Is it the Muslim community that covered that up? Because that's what these cunts are saying. You covered it up, you must have known. I know of nonsense within the Islamic communities getting exposed and completely disowned by the families. That's what they do. Completely disown them when they get exposed. Obviously, certain whatever over there, look at the white community. Look how many nonsense get exposed. Do you see their families disown them? You've got mums and dads fucking protecting them. But when a mum and dad in the Islamic world protects their son, it's different, isn't it? Why? Billy Moore and co chatting major fucking shite on it. It's horrendous what's gone on to all these young girls. It's horrendous what's carrying on with all these young girls. It's horrendous that you've had these group of Pakistani men targeting white girls on purpose. It's horrendous. But what you cannot do, and I will not allow anyone to do in my space or on my watch, is start trying to indicate like these right-wing fucking, that every kid that's born in Pakistan, every man with Pakistani heritage is a fucking wrong'un. I won't allow it. And when you've got dickheads generalising and stereotyping a full population of fucking Muslim beings over a little minority of Pakistani men that don't even fucking mix with the real community of Pakistani men, I'm not allowing it. The people that covered this up are to blame. Yeah, we've got the perpetrators on an individual basis. It's not the Islamic community that's at fault. They haven't covered this shit up. It's your paedophile politicians that's covered this shit up. Why? To protect their own fucking ways from getting exposed. The politicians that allowed this and covered this up, they're all fucking paedophiles. You can't keep on blaming the Islamic community in this fucking country for a group of horrible, dirty fucking nonsense that live amongst them. And I'm not allowing Yaxley, Tuft, fucking Moore, and all these right-wing idiotic fucking dickheads who align themselves to the system to try and divide us any further. You go into your fucking... Most of yous are eating in Muslim-run fucking restaurants. Do they treat you like the fucking monsters? Think about the people they're speaking on. Do they sound like the people you associate with? There's that Muslim lad who's being convicted for that serious fucking madness there. Does he even look like the person you speak to on a regular basis who's Muslim? Look how unkempt they are. Look how fucked they are. It is what it is. They're all like that. Doesn't matter what community you're from. They're all fucking... It is what it is. I need to shut up because I'm going to lose my account. The point I'm trying to get across is, look, the people that want to divide us and make this country unstable so they can change the laws, change the rules, change the regime, the way we've normally been used to, the way our kids have been raised, the way... That's what they're doing. The way we smash that from happening is by unity, looking at each other and saying, I understand where you're coming from. I understand you. I've got empathy. I can see what you're seeing. Let's come together. The only way you're going to beat them. The youth, the children within the Islamic communities, fuck the religion communities, whatever community you're in. You've got children. Them children are the future. If you keep a pile of Asian kids over here, a pile of black kids over here, and a pile of white kids over here, and you keep them secularized, and you keep them in separate MMA gyms and boxing gyms, and you keep them in separate football spaces and cricket spaces, the future's divided already. You don't need these establishment elite fucking to divide us. We're doing it our fucking selves. Why? Because we're shook. We're insecure. We're insecure of each other's communities. And if you're not a shithouse and you're not a weasel, you'll admit that fucking fact. Not all of us are Rambo. Not all of us are fucking warriors. Within our communities, we've got very vulnerable children and women. And they're shook to fuck. They're shook to fuck, aren't they? You need to be having the black, white and Asian kid in that MMA gym. Even if you're getting that white gym from the white area in fucking Birmingham and letting them fight each other in competition, at least you're bringing them together. At least you're developing the conversation. You know, with all these fighting promotions, I'm not seeing no unity being developed from them. When you've got, you know, in the low ranking areas, like you'll have a boxing club, and you'll have a boxing club from Anfield, and he'll ring the boxing club in Iton and go, do you want to put a show on? 8 of your fighters, 8 of our fighters. Boom. Bring the communities together. You've got enough fucking places in Birmingham with enough decent fucking men of all fucking faiths and colours, with the right gyms, the right environment, the right networks of people to say, yo, boom, do you want to have a 10 fight show? 10 of your fighters, 10 of my fighters, with an initiative in the middle. all the proceeds go to Gaza, all the proceeds go to fucking this community, all the proceeds. Do you get what I'm saying? That's how you create unity. That's how you develop unity, by bringing the youth together. Let the youth clash when they're young, not when they're old, when the ideology is fucked. Get them clashing in sport, competition, not violence and hate and division. And that's how I feel about shit. And it feels like there's loads of people out there that think like that. Loads. But no one knows how to come together. It's what it is. I don't really know how to reach out to anyone and go, look, how can we establish some sort of community going forward here where everyone's inclusive? And when I mean inclusive, I don't mean you were trying to disturb us in a different pattern and different way of behaving. Do you get what I'm saying? Inclusive in the sense your religion is very important to you, just as it is to your neighbour. If you're Christian, sound, be proud of that shit. If you're Muslim, sound, be fucking proud of that shit. Don't deny each other. Don't treat each other as enemies. You're both from the same creator. When people are trying to divide yous, when people are trying to divide us, ask yourself, what's the agenda? What's the purpose of someone deliberately causing problems between Muslims and Christians in this multicultural country? Why? Always ask the question, why the fuck are these deliberately getting their little horrible agents who are paid off them to deliberately cause trouble between Christians and Muslims in this country?